Wednesday, February 25th. I'm Adam Walsh, and this is The Signal. We are continuing the conversation about Memorial University today. Yesterday, we had profs on talking about their concerns over the financial future of the university. Today, we've got a couple of student leaders to share their opinions. So the interview portion for today is a little shorter than normal. We're going to talk to two folks from MUNSU now in 15 seconds once I'm done with this spiel here. We also have two episodes of This is Newfoundland and Labrador to play, last week's pod and the pod that just dropped today. But here, I want to set up the conversation. So geography professor Josh Leposki was one of the profs in yesterday. I just want to, we got that clip there? Yeah, I'm getting the thumbs up, and take a listen.
If you have, children who are coming to Memorial and are yourself, say, an alumni of Memorial, the conditions that your kids are coming into are radically different than what you experienced. Your tuition is going to be, you're going to be literally paying 2 to 4 times more to get less. That's the reality of where we are.
Okay, Professor Leposki yesterday here in studio with me. That's just to give you a little taste, a reminder of yesterday's conversation. Mabrur Islam is back here, MUNSU's Director of Advocacy and Director of Advocacy. I can speak today. How are you doing? Last time I saw you, we were at the University Center, right?
That is correct.
Excellent.
Yep.
Can you just tell folks a little bit about yourself and what you do as Director of Advocacy?
Perfect. Thank you for having me, Adam. So as Director of Advocacy, I work with all the students. Any sort of concerns that they have, any sort of academic, non-academic misconducts, they come to me. I help them resolve those cases. So I sit on the Senate Committee of the university, helping student voices be duplicated there. So that's essentially what my job is. Apart from that, I work with the government in lobbying and the policy changes. That's essentially what I do as the Director of Advocacy.
Excellent. Right. And we also have Rana Abuidris is here. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Good. MUNSU's Director of Campaigns, eh?
Yeah.
Tell us a bit more about yourself and what you do.
So I essentially have the most political position at MUNSU. So I run all the campaigns. I'm the base point between MUNSU, the MUN admins, and the provincial government and CFSNO.
Okay. So your thoughts there on what Professor Leposki was laying out, right? Talking about, children who are coming. If you have children coming to Memorial University, you yourself, say an alumni of Memorial, the conditions that your kids are coming into are radically different than what you experienced. So, when I hear him say something like that, I went to MUN in the late '90s, early 2000s, right? So, folks my age and a bit older have grown, adult children going into university. You're both students yourselves. So the essence of what he was saying there, what are your thoughts on it?
I think that's something I've been talking about for a while. That the way the university is going is that the students who are directly affected by all these cuts are paying more for way, way less. And it all started off with the Writing Center closing down, and then the Harlow Center closing down, and then there's more to come. So I get for graduates that graduated 20 years ago, but even for myself that came in 2022, there is a huge difference from when I started and now that I'm about to graduate.
Mabrur, what do you think?
Absolutely, I agree with Rana as well. As we all know, that the university is struggling with the finances at this current time, and we have been seeing a lot of cuts around all the programs and the campuses that are being shut down as well. So it's just nothing but the truth.
It's concerning.
It's nothing but the truth that the university is providing a lot less than what we are paying for. As students, I echo all the students that I talk to, that what we used to get back in 2022, back in 2021, we are still paying for it and some more, but we are not getting as much as we are supposed to. The programs have been cut down by a lot as well, so it's definitely a lot concerning for the students as well.
Yeah, because what's the mood? Because when you're out talking to students, what are they saying?
So the students are going through a lot of uncertainty at the given time. So when, for say, announcements are pretty sudden. Like some of the big decisions are very close cut, and a lot is happening behind the curtains, which is leaving the students in a lot of uncertainty. So, so basically, I'll talk about specifically a student who came to me who was talking about that the student doesn't know if the degree is going to be worth as much as it is when they really started, because they don't know what it's going to be worth by the end of it, because they're not getting what they signed up for initially. And so that's pretty much.
Yeah, because when you're the optics of it, I was asking this yesterday too, just about when you have headlines that come out over a period of time, right? So for the university, coming from like the former AG reports, and then you look at what is happening for the decisions that the administration are making now because of the financial situation the university is in. That kind of ripples out. And then you just wonder, like, hey, where are we? What does this mean now? There's something I kind of signed up for in the beginning, and I'm kind of curious about my future and what the value is of this piece of paper that we get at the end of this journey. Rana, what about yourself? What do you think?
We had multiple students come to us and ask us if these decisions were done with the consultation of MUNSU. Yeah. And the unfortunate truth is it wasn't. And again, I do echo what Mabrur says. It does cause a lot of students a lot of instability and uncertainty when it comes to their degrees, how the university is going. We had questions from students asking if they're going to be selling the Marine Institute next, the St. John's campus. Like, where does this stop? Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty and anxiety when it comes to these major decisions that students weren't consulted about at all.
What have you thought about some of the downsizing, right? So Harlow campus, Johnson Geo Center, Signal Hill, the property there for the part of the campus. Like, what are your thoughts on some of these sales?
See, some of these cut downs are a part of the process. We definitely, like the students, definitely understand that the university is going through a financial crisis at this point, and some of the cuts are given. Some of them, they have seen it coming, but not at this rate. Some of the cuts, when it's happening this sooner, some of the students are really, really wondering if as Rana mentioned, is the Marine Institute the next? Is St. John's campus going to see some more cuts? So it creates a lot of sense of uncertainty, instability. A lot of students are in the midst of going through these degrees at this point. So as some of these consultations have been happening, but I think in order to solve these issues, we have to have a broader consultation. We have to have this cuts shouldn't be like some of these cuts are a result of the policies that are selectively being chosen. I'm not saying all the cuts are bad. I'm saying some
because there's a fiscal situation. Some decisions will have to be made with the reality of the money coming in.
That is correct. Yeah. And from our perspective as student leaders, we want to make sure that the cuts are happening in the right places. And those monies, if we are saving some, we want to make sure that it's been invested in the right campus. The St. John's campus should have a more enlightening, new professors should be coming in. Some of the degrees, some of the programs that we're hearing, lesser enrollment. So I think at this given point, what the university should double down is on enrollment. So we have been seeing lesser and lesser enrollments from over the years. So what I think is the enrollment is what the university should be doubling down on, reaching out to more, expanding on more countries in order to help this retention go over, so that like it can offer better programs compared to other universities we have in Halifax or Nova Scotia or PEI for that instance.
Okay, Rana?
Yeah, no, I find it. Talking about retention specifically, I find it very contradicting that the university keeps stressing out about like the enrollment declines, and the provincial government keeps with the new provincial government, they keep talking about retention and more university being an economic driver, but then they make decisions such as cutting the accelerated nursing program, especially with us having nursing shortage in this province.
Yeah, this is the 3-year program is supposed to be.
Yeah. So it's kind of very contradicting because how are we bringing in people from other provinces? How are we actually being competitive within this country and outside? What are the reasons why students would want to come to Memorial University? So, yeah.
Is there anything else? So as we look ahead, what do you want to see happen? So you want some more communication, right? Bigger communication, because I know there's a MUNSU position on the border regions, and also there's been press conferences and all that. But you want more communication from the administration. What else would you like to see?
Consultation, because we do talk to students directly every single day. That's our jobs. Yeah. I do think it's very important to get the input from the student body itself to see where they think the cuts should come from. Like, we do acknowledge the operational deficit, and that's another conversation that we're going to be having with the provincial government. But having students' input from where they want to see the cuts and where they don't want to, and what means something to them and what doesn't, I think is very important. So, yeah.
So the next step, we'll be watching for the provincial budget as well, right, to see what funding there is for the university. And I would love to get MUNSU's feedback and thoughts once we get past that post.
Absolutely.
Final thoughts for today?
Around the provincial budget, we have been working with the government. We have been advocating. We have been lobbying with the government. So hopefully we'll see some positive changes in the provincial budget that's been coming up. And the government has signed a pledge with us saying that the tuition fee is going to be frozen for the next semester, from coming semester. What we see is a rise in the fall semester of 4%. Hopefully we'll see a budget pause or like an increased pause for the next semester. As a promise from the provincial government.
Yeah. We're definitely scheduling a meeting very, very soon with Tony. Just talking about the operational deficits that is happening in MUN, which is leading directly to all these program cuts and the selling of all the campuses. Because this does not, like, I do understand that it causes a lot of anxiety for students, but it does for professors and the workers that work at the university currently. And being the only university in the province, I don't see this heading in the best direction. So, yeah.
Thank you both for coming in. The conversation will continue again at a later date. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Cheers.